Okay, so this is my CAS reflection that's going to talk about the international triathlon that was held here in Abu Dhabi. Okay, so like always, I'm going to go through the CAS questions, the paper, so the CAS questions, not specifically every single one of them. I'm going to kind of combine them all together and talk about the event as a whole. Alright, so first of all, I've never gone to a triathlon in my life before. This was the first time I've done it, first time I've volunteered, and my first exposure to this event, which is probably the reason why I chose to do it, because it's a first-hand experience of something I've never really done before. So it was really nice to be able to be a part of something as such. So what did I know about this? Well, first of all, as a triathlon, I just knew that there was biking, running, and swimming. That's about it. Sorry. Now the reality accounts it was true that there was running, walking, swimming, but what I didn't know was the amount of runners that were going to be there, the amount of effort and dedication it takes to actually be a part of a station and volunteer and serve out water and food for constant 4 hours with no sitting. That was a reality I encountered, and I'll talk about that in a bit. And I succeeded in understanding the purpose of this, the global importance of this event, having international athletes that train and train and train so hard to be a part of this event, to win big money because it's something they love, that they're passionate about. It's a very common aspect in day-to-day life. In fact, we as individuals, we work towards our goals, and we work harder and harder to achieve what we really want. So this is a parallel to that, and I think it was a great event to really understand not just the fact that it's a kind of a sport or a kind of competition, but that it has to do with the reality that we live on a day-to-day basis. Now, what does this activity mean to me? Well, basically, I'm the type of person that loves sports. Like, I played badminton, I played basketball, I played touch rugby, a bit of football. So I just love exercising. I love sports. So this event was something I really wanted to do, and I love being some sort of a humanitarian kind of person. So giving out food, helping, giving a hand, always being there for support is my kind of job. So it was something that I really wanted to do. So let's talk about the event in general. Now, my shift was from 8 to 12, but I woke up at 6 to start getting ready, and prep work for the station began at around 7:30. So it was at the Corniche, and we had our own station. It was station, I don't know the number of the station, but it was along the pathway of the runners. Now when we got there were a few other volunteers, and we started to set up the water, the sponges, the food, the drinks, like flat Pepsi, a type of orange drink, Aqua Light, I believe. There were gelled food, bananas, heaps and heaps and heaps of water, iced water, and sponges for the runners. So we started setting them up, and then at around 8:30, runners started coming in. One, then one, then one. 30 minutes later, one, then one, then one, then one, then five, then 10, and it just went crazy. There was water everywhere. Runners were getting tired. There was a medical, there were staff, there were nurses, not nurses, but there were what do you call them, ambulance staff, just in case there was an injury or a runner's muscle started to get cramped and so on. So it was full on load. It was crazy, the amount of international runners, even some from my school. It was really nice to see, everybody kind of putting themselves out there and doing something for change, even if you weren't professional, but just getting out there and doing something, because running, walking, swimming, saying them is easy, but doing them is just taking it to a whole new level. So what I felt, oh my gosh, so my shift was about 4 or 5 hours since the time I woke up, from prep work to actually handing out things. I could not sit down once. at all, and if I did, I was told to stand up again. So that was some determination and commitment right there. My legs by the end of of the shift were aching, absolutely aching. It was breaking. But I felt that I did something. I did a good deed. I was there to support these runners who put in their dedication and their effort. So it was really enjoyable to see that whenever you handed water to them, they were like, thank you so much for being here, you know, spending your weekend. I believe I encountered a man who told me, thank you so much for volunteering and spending your weekend here, because, you know, it's great to have your support. And I was so taken aback by that, because you wouldn't expect a runner who's running for the money, first place, to come and stop and say thank you so much for being here and supporting me and handing out water and like giving your services to us. So it was a different, I didn't expect it, so it was a different take on it, I believe. It was really nice to have someone say that to you. And what did I know? Okay, we talked about that. This activity, what it meant about the sports, the attitudes that I was able to discover in me. Well, commitment and engaging with runners. These people, if you are in their way, they are just going to push you out of their way, because they trained for this. They want the $40,000 cash. So if you're standing there, you know, being like, oh, take some water, 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 here's water, here's water, here's food, here's bananas, right in the middle of the path, they're just going to be like, get out of the way. You know, I want the money, just stop. But surprisingly, I respected their own space, no doubt. But many of them were very, very respectful. Like I didn't encounter one that was just like, move, you know, I'm going fast. Like none of that. They were really calm, collected, and they were just focused on running. So it was really nice to see like a counterclaim of what I initially expected. What were the difficulties? I was in charge of the water. There were different stations. There was a sponge station, my station, the water station, food where the bananas were, the aqualite drinks, flat Pepsi station, and then another water station at the end. So for the water station, giving out water was crazy once the runners started coming. I like could barely get my hands to move fast enough because they were just running non-stop. So what I did, I created my own strategy that was going to help them. For every bottle I took, it was like a mini cup thing, I poked a hole in it with my finger, so it was easy for them to just grab it, go and drink. Some of them didn't even drink the water, they would just pour it over their head to cool their body down, which was fine. But I realized this and I came up with my own strategy when I saw these runners take the water from another senior that was helping me, Rebecca, and they wanted to drink the water, but it wasn't open, and they were trying to open it. And it's difficult when you're running to focus on running and also like grab your source of energy. So I thought that, okay, this is what I'm gonna do to help them. So that was like thinking on the spot, thinking of solutions. So I was really impressed with myself for coming up with such an idea, because nobody told me to do it, and I thought that it could work, and it did. And runners told me that it was helpful, like when they came like, oh, thank you so much for having it open. So I was really happy about that. What changes did this activity bring about me? I told you it was very personal. It's another event that was that I was very personally involved in, because some of my family members, they have cancer and so on, and they have dreams of doing the triathlon as part of their bucket list, and because of their disease, they're not capable of doing it. So putting myself out there and supporting the runners made me feel like I kind of did a good deed towards my family members, because if they didn't have the opportunity, I got the chance to be there and experience it for them in a sense. So that was something I learned, kind of putting people first before my own needs, but through me being there, through my participation. So that was really nice. What skills was I able to develop? Oh my god, like leadership skills. I had to tell people what to do at times because there was trash everywhere, no one was picking it up, people were being lazy, So I had to take that on. Motivating skills. We kept cheering. I created posters just to cheer them on. Then I had multitasking skills. My friend was serving flat Pepsi, and she was only one person at the booth, and at times she would need help, so I would have to go over and help her. Also, when the water started getting low on ice, I had to keep filling it up as the runners were coming. So I'm filling up the ice and the water here, but need to hand out the water to the runners. So managing that, time efficiency, productivity, it was like so many things that we could learn out of that. So this is definitely something that I can apply to. I mean, the skills I learned here, interacting with people completely dedicated to this. It was really nice to see that, and I thought it was a great event to go to. I've never really been a part of a triathlon, not really as a participant, but neither have I volunteered. So it was the first time experience, and it was great. It was enjoyable. I put myself out there. It was really nice. The heat was a bit of a killer, but and getting tired fast and having my stamina up and out there was tricky. It did get challenging at times, but that was when my intrinsic drive and my strength came into play. So I'm glad that I was able to pick it up and do what I needed to do. So overall, I learned a lot of things. It was a great experience. I'm glad I took an active role into this event, and it was really nice. Even though I had to give up my weekend, there was something I gained out of it, and that's what's most important. It's about balancing your time between your education, academics, and also your life. Like, you have to do this. I didn't do this event just for CAS. I did it for myself, because through these events we learn more things about ourselves. So these are steps for me to encounter my reality and, learn different things that I may never get exposed to. So I took it as an opportunity, as a chance to become more open-minded about myself, and it was successful in my eyes. So it was great. I really did enjoy it. And yeah, that's my reflection for the triathlon. Thank you.